Hey guys, J-Man here for another comic book review, Superman number 3. We're going to talk about this in a second. I know you guys have seen my Superboy video. I did get a couple of copies of Superboy. Highly recommend Superboy Man of Tomorrow number 1. I just wanted to point that out before I do the official talk for Superman number 3. So Superman, the first couple of issues I've actually liked. I gave them, I think, like a 6 or something out of 10, and then the next one was like a 7 something out of 10. This one's even better. So I have to say that they're winning me over, all right? Because look, Superman is my favorite character of all time. Not my favorite superhero, not my favorite comic book character, my favorite character ever. Anything. I like Superman better than the characters I've created. No, he's my favorite character of all time. And I don't know, transcends comics for me. I love Superman. And I'm always going to give any Superman-related thing a chance, no matter what. I know sometimes it feels like they're doing Superman for different kinds of audiences, and it's like, and you know, like Superman and Lois is not really working out for me. I feel it's more like Clark, Lois, and kids drama, you know, like, and I feel that even like for example, Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's like, I know everyone liked that movie, or a lot of people did. I just know, like, Superman's not even in it until the end, and then he's in just the full black costume the whole time, and I'm like, well, where's, like, the regular Superman, you know? Like, where's just Superman? He died in that other movie, and I just thought, you know, the comics weren't going anywhere. I really liked Jonathan Kent, and then they aged him. Bendis, come on, buddy, that was not a good idea. You aged him up, that kind of took that away. And then I feel that really Action Comics has been kind of boring. I didn't like that War World storyline. That just dragged on and on and on. But I think we're kind of getting back to form here. Superboy Man of Tomorrow was 10 out of 10. Check out my review on that. I go in depth. I really like that a lot. This Superman title has been getting better and better. This is the conclusion to the storyline with Parasite. So Parasite has just been like evolving, and there's like a bunch of them, and like just draining all the power everywhere in Metropolis and all this stuff. Luthor is in jail. He's had Mercy transfer everything, all of his holdings and his corporation into for Superman. So it's now, instead of LexCorp, it's Supercorp, which I think is really kind of interesting. I wasn't sure how I felt about it in the first issue, but it's kind of making me get a bit excited for it. I think it's kind of neat. And this has been getting better and better, in my opinion. So that said, let's talk about this using my SPACE method. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 to 2. 2 is the best you can get in every category. If I give perfect score in a category, that doesn't mean that that is the best thing ever. So if I gave the artistry, I use art because it's easy for people to get. If I give the artistry 2 out of 2 on this book, if I give it a perfect score, please don't put in the comments, are you saying this is better than Alex Ross art? Or are you saying Neil Adams is garbage now? And this, look, that's not how it goes. There's the Kings, Jack Kirby, right? Is Alex Ross, I even like John Byrne's art. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this comic alone. So it's hard to review stuff in a vacuum. Obviously, I'm comparing this to the previous issues. And I'm also comparing to other Superman titles that are out now. I'm not comparing this to, you know, like a Kurt Swan pre-crisis book or something. Or, you know, it's like, obviously, Kurt Swan and pre-crisis is the best because that is Superman. We gotta talk about Superman now. So how does this book compare to comics now that are Superman related? Okay, I'm not putting this against Watchmen or something, or V for Vendetta or whatever. So once you have a score in each category, you add those up. That's your total out of 10. That's how you get your score. So I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. I really like the storyline, above average storyline. It is Parasite, but there is something else going on, which is kind of neat. It's sort of in the background. We don't know exactly what's happening. Seems like there's these characters that are kind of pissed at Luthor, but they're taking it out of Metropolis, so Superman's got to get involved. So it's this weird thing where like Luthor, Superman are kind of like teaming up, but you know, they don't want to team up, but they're kind of forced to team up. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I'm gonna give the storyline a 1.5. I like it. Look, it's simple, but it's good, and there's enough action and coolness in here to make me like it. That's what I'm looking for. You know, I could very easily even give this a 2 out of 2. If you look at the 3 issues together, you could almost give it a 2 out of 2. I'm not going to, because I wasn't like, yeah, like Superboy Man of Tomorrow got a 2, because I started reading, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I'm like, oh man, I got to get the next one. This one was like, I really like this story. I'll wait for the next issue and see how it goes, versus Man of Tomorrow, where I'm like, oh, hell yeah, where's issue 2? I need that right now. That's your 0.5 difference. Still above average story, very good. I'm very happy with it. Pacing, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 2 for pacing. You know why? Because I kind of like the way they did this. It starts off with action. So they get Livewire. This is part of the storyline. They get Livewire, and they're going to have her use her powers, and then they're going to attract all the parasites, right? So you get that going right away. It's like fighting, action, figuring out with Livewire right away. Look at this. I'm going to get to the art in a minute. It's like right away into the action, okay? Then that story kind of concludes about halfway through the book, which is kind of interesting. Then we have some stuff with Lois and Clark, which you have to have in every Superman comic. Then it goes back to Luthor, and there's some more story elements. So this started, I don't want to say like Empire Strikes Back, but it's kind of started with like the action happens, the story's concluded, and then it kind of has a couple of little closing bits, like almost like this whole entire end could be like a little bit of an epilogue to the story. I actually like the way that they paced that, because I felt like, oh, I got a lot of action and we got a little bit of story. So that I'm giving a 2 out of 2. I'm giving the art a 2 out of 2, and I'm gonna tell you why. I really like the look of this comic. I like the colors. There's something about Superman. I don't remember what I gave the art before. I probably gave it a 1 or a 1.5, which is probably a pass. But like, I find like this page is very exciting with stuff. I really like this. This is really nice. I mean, I just like the colors here. Superman's face is pretty good. No, I like Superman's face. I like the way Clark is drawn as well. What's another? Like, I mean, the coloring is nice. I feel that it flows really good. I actually really like the art here. I like this cover too. I think it's very creepy and kind of interesting. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 2 for that. Characters, I'm going to give it a 1, a pass. I really like Luthor and Superman teaming up. We didn't get much with Parasite. He's just like a monster. They didn't really get into him as much. He's kind of feeling pain. Livewire's just kind of there. Some of the stuff with Lois and Clark is nice. Nice couple of pages here with them talking, but it's still a pass. A 1 is still a pass. If you get a 1 in every category, that's a pass. So a 5 out of 10 is a pass comic, right? So yeah, characters a 1. Really, they're good. They're good. Awesome or great is 2 out of 2, but 1 is good. I like the character stuff in here. It's really nice. Enjoyment factor, I'm going to give this a 1.5 because I really like this a lot. I thought it was really good. Superman or Superboy is still the best Superman comic that has come out in a long time. These 3 issues collectively are nice. So for the first time in a long time, they're kind of getting me back on board here with Superman. Look, it is Superman. So what did I give this? Let me look at my notes here. So 2, 4, 5, so 8. I'm giving this an 8, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, so I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That's very high. That pretty much means you should probably buy this. 8, 9, 10, that kind of thing. That's you gotta buy this comic. It's pretty good. So a 9 or 10 is like, you gotta collect this. I'm gonna give you these one at a time. Superman is my favorite character, so there has to be some bias to that because yes, he's my favorite character, so I'm gonna be a little soft. Maybe this isn't an 8 out of 10 for everybody, but this might even rank higher for some people. I think if you're not a pre-crisis Superman fan, like where you started out as a kid getting into this kind of stuff, I think you have a different opinion on it. I think if you're a post-crisis, let's even say not even counting John Byrne, because even that's pretty old stuff now, right? A lot of people don't like the John Byrne run. So let's start with maybe New 52. Like, is that far back enough? This is definitely the best that we've gotten since New 52. Like, that's like a no-brainer. I don't need to think about that. Okay, these 3 comics have been the best Superman thing we've gotten literally since New 52. So from New 52 till whatever issue 1 of this came out, Superman has been, they always say meh, meh. It's been meh for me. I like the John Byrne stuff. I'm not a pre-crisis Superman fan that doesn't like the post-crisis stuff. I know a lot of people don't. I still do. It was when I was buying my most number of comics. So I do love that stuff as well. But I can confidently say from New 52 for sure, including Rebirth, all that stuff, up to now, this has been my favorite Superman thing. It'd probably be the only one that I'd recommend anyone getting. Action Comics, I'm not there yet. But Superboy, easily the best. Number 2, Superman. I obviously like Superman better than Connell. So we'll see. He could surpass that. To me, Superboy is young Clark Kent as Superboy. But anyway, that's pre-crisis. I do have a pre-crisis Superman Facebook group if anyone is interested. The link to that is in the description. If you're interested to join, if you still use Facebook. I know people don't really use it, I guess, as much. But anyway, that is my thoughts on Superman. I'm really liking this. I'm glad Superman's back. My favorite DC book is Superboy. This is probably my second favorite DC book. I'm so behind on Batman and Wonder Woman. It's literally not even funny because I just found those titles to be kind of... Batman was okay, and then I just kind of didn't read it again. I'm like 7 or 8 behind, though, so maybe it got really good. Flash, I stopped. What else? Pretty much stopped all DC. I still buy every Wonder Woman issue because it's Wonder Woman, and I like Wonder Woman. She's right there. But yeah, Superman, this has been really good. This and Superboy, must reads. If you're a Superman fan, grab these books. They're really good. So let me know what your thoughts are. 8 out of 10. Is it too high? Is it too low? There's going to be someone out there who's going to say this is 10 out of 10. I guarantee you. Because if I'm giving it an 8, and I've said everything from New 52 to now has been meh, and there's people that have loved some of that stuff, they must be really loving this comic. If anyone's giving this 10 out of 10, you're like, oh, that's a guy who just started up on Superman in New 52. Because he's like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. It's like, yeah, go back, start at like Superman number like 190 or something, and go back to that and read from there. You'll be like, whoa, every issue's awesome. So, and guys, just to let you know that I am doing now a maybe even twice a month stream on the Legion of Superheroes. We are starting a Legion of Superheroes live stream that we want to do at least once or twice a month for sure, starting with the first ever appearance in Adventure 247. That's already been posted. We love talking about these classic characters, going back to the beginning. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this on my channel, going to the very beginnings of a team, of a bunch of characters, and start from scratch and reread it in order. We're going to do it as much as we can, and we appreciate your support. If you like that stuff, please check out that live stream, give it a like, share it, all that stuff. We want to really endorse the Legion of Superheroes and get something going with these characters. They're great characters. They've been somewhat ignored, and going back to their roots. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I think it's been really cool. We've only done 1 episode. We're going to do another one next Monday. So definitely check that out. Guys, I appreciate all the support. After I hit 1,000 subscribers, I've gone up to like 1060 something so fast. I really appreciate everybody. There's been so many comments. Even when people don't agree with me, they've been pretty cool about it. And I love interacting with the people in the comments and stuff. So if you comment something and I comment back and I'm being a bit of a dick, it's not because I'm trying to actually, I'm trying to be a bit funny, right? I'm not trying to actually get anyone angry. We're just having fun, guys. It's comic books and superheroes. If you can't have fun, what are we doing it for, right? We got to remember that. So be positive. If I'm down on a comic and you loved it, let me know. Let me know why, because I'm open to rereading stuff too. That's the other thing. I really appreciate, there's been a great, my Exo Man of War video had a lot of great comments telling me, oh, you should check this one out. And then I found them all digitally. So I got everything for Exo Man of War. So I'm definitely want to check some of that stuff. I'm going to read issue 2. So yeah, I appreciate all of the feedback. It's been really great having everybody check stuff out and comment and everything. So that's it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on Superman number 3 or anything else that you liked. All right, until next time.